Well, I'm running a bit late, but I was never known for my timing. Just going to change that a second. Well, I'm running a bit late, but I was never known for my timing. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're well. I've got no idea if I've remembered to get the chat set up. Hang on a second. I must have done because I typed something into it earlier. Let me just see. Yeah. Chat is working. So let me just say hello. Right, I better take this screen out because getting a very strange picture. Seem very zoomed in tonight, and I don't know why, but doesn't matter. This is a Panasonic TV that's got a smash screen. But it's also got the backlight issues. I've got a screen coming for this, so I want to sort the backlight issues first, if that makes sense. Does anything make sense? I've got no idea why it's so zoomed in. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll find out in a second and unzoom it. No, not playing any music tonight because I'm going to try and get through a night without any copyright strikes. Is that possible? Not that I earn any money if I don't get a copyright strike, but we don't want the police to come and take me away. Strange markings on the old... I don't believe anyone's been into this TV before. Ever. Ever. Since I've got plenty of time, I will. do a proper job. Blimey, these are a bit rusty. They're ridiculously rusty. Have I not got something a bit better? Don't sing. You'll get into trouble if you sing. Ah, really? Okay. Give us a second. I did check earlier and I could only see one stream. Let me see what I can do. Thanks, Sid. It'd be a pain in the backside. I'll just go to test card for a second. So that's the one where I'm going to want the chat. So hang on. Right, hiya chaps. I can't see two streams. But the one where Sid says, is the picture going to get bigger, which I've just put up on the text. If you're on that one, that's the one I want it to be. I'll also type. Right, hopefully I can still only see one stream, but I have moved the chat across from what was technically could have been the other one. So if somebody can let me know if this is the correct one. Well, this is the correct one, but I'm hoping this is the one that you're on. Hello Vince, how are you? Please tell me, Vince, you're watching on the correct stream. Or as I can see it at the moment, the only stream. I don't know why there's two again. I don't even have a holding page this time. I can. Right. I think we're okay. No. Sorry, I'm getting up from a desk now. I've got to take one more clip out. To take the clip out, I've got to take... Looks like the T-con's got to come off. And if the T-con's got to come off, the T-con's got to come off. What we all been doing today then? Let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been doing manual labour, physical labour. Had a load of logs delivered. 2 dumpy bags full. And I live up quite a few steps, so they couldn't get it up the steps, so my neighbour opposite kindly let me put the 2 dumpy bags there. But I had to move them today, and I haven't done physical. I mean, I don't class carrying a few TVs into people's houses as labour. But today it was proper manual labour. Look at this. Can you see? They've got tape. I need to get to one of these, which is just holding one of the back sheets in. Plumbing Vestel tape. Look at the size of that tape just covering it. Oh well, it was no biggie. I'll stop moaning now. And the rest of the UK has had sunshine. It's been pouring down with blooming rain here. Right. This is a Panasonic. I'll show you what it is. It's not really a Panasonic. Vestel say it's a Panasonic, but Vestel would say that, wouldn't they? This TV suffers with 2 problems. Here's the model number. This TV's probably got about 3 or 4 problems. It's got a smashed screen for one, but there is a new screen coming in. When I say coming in, I don't mean tonight. That would be impressive. But this, I'll put the T-con back now. These TVs suffer with backlight connection issues. Sometimes complete faulty backlights, even though these are only 3 years old. But as we all know, Vestel TVs at 3 years will start to play up. Welcome Sid, welcome Cucumber Man. Who else we got? We've got Vince in. Right. It's a very creased up sheet. Very. And I've got no idea why that would get creased. This is worse than the LG I did yesterday. Oh, I sorted that LG. I finished it off this afternoon because I thought the customer wanted it back today, but they didn't come and collect it. So when the backlights fail on these, this is where we need to look. We need to take these out. What I'm going to do is take this board off. I'll just take the link board off and then bing, 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 bing. Yeah, it could be the tape, Cucumber Man. You could be right. It's got little bits of double-sided sticky tape, which does line up with the marks and the creases. But I've done dozens of these, and I've never seen a crease like that before. Ding, 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 ding. Does it affect the picture quality? No, not really, unless it's very bad. Sometimes tears and gaps in the sheet can. Oh, I found a guilty thing already. They've all got it. Especially this one. I'll just zoom in. Can you see two black... Oh, I don't know if you can. I'll zoom in as much as I can. You can see two black dots. That can cause a bad connection. And there's there as well. I think I've got this camera in a different angle tonight. Just excuse me because I'm going to move you a bit. Does it seem like I've got it in a different angle tonight? It seems much more zoomed in, and I don't know why, but hey ho. So now, while I've got that off, I shall get the soldering iron out and just go over that a bit. Carefully removes the soldering iron from the shelf. Weep. Wow. Okay. Any idea where the solder is? Oh, thank you. Glass is on for soldering. Oops. Sorry, didn't mean to knock you flying. There we go. That'll do it. Lovely. Yeah, do excuse me if I'm being a bit a bit quiet tonight. Quieter than my normal noisy self. I've as I mentioned earlier, had a labour-intensive day. What these bad context cause is the backlights to stop coming on, especially when they've heated up a bit. And you tend to find if the TV cools, what people don't do is then go and, once the backlights have gone, they don't go and switch the TV back on again, that's it. But actually, if they were to switch it back on after a couple of hours or a couple of days, the TV comes back on and then goes back off again probably the next day. So very frustrating. Very frustrating. Am I in? Okay. Who's that? Oh, hello, Jess. Happy LED fitting. No, not fitting LEDs, mate. I'm just soldering the connections on these. These LEDs should have a bit more life in them. Should have. I mean, I do have a spare set of LED. Well, we have plenty of spare sets for these, but I'm not going to charge customers for a new set unless, of course, it's really needed, and it isn't. Oh, have you, Vince? Same model, same TX model, same screen. Is it the same size, Vince? If you've got a flashing spot top left of screen, you probably must have a dodgy backlight then, I would think. One of the backlights may be flashing. So it could be, maybe you've got, you can't see where I'm pointing at the moment. Yeah, well, there. Top left of screen here, so maybe you've got one of those backlights out or not behaving itself. Backlights can do, so many weird different things. What was I going to do? I'm going to drink some coffee. I was going to do something then. Oh yeah, I was just going to look if I've got any... Got a box here marked Panasonic Vestel. Let me grab one. Is that one? It is, look. So that's what you want, Vince. If it's your top left-hand corner, you want A. A? You want A. There's the top left-hand corner. I can send that one to you. There's B, B in the middle, and A. They are, as you can probably see from the overhead angle, they are. Did you manage to get the correct set from China, Vince? Because the screen on these is... Let me just put this one away. Let me show you the screen on this. I have had no end of people struggling. Oh, we'll do it this way. Right, that's the screen on this television. It's the VES 430 QNYL 2D number 1. And that is more than likely, Vince, the same screen that you have. I would have thought. Yeah, got to be. Yet you type that number into, well, a couple of backlight replacement organisations in China, shall we say, and nothing comes up. Not for the 2D N01. So just be very careful. If I remember rightly, it's 10 and 9. And what I mean by that is top set of backlights should have 10 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, it's 10 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 and 8, not 10 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that's quite a weird one, Vince. To be honest with you, Vince, have you taken the screen off? Have you had a look to see if it is just a backlight flickering? Because if you've just got one backlight flickering, if you take the screen off and do exactly what I've done, just go over, just tin these connections here. If you do that, and if that one's flashing, just stick one in. They'll last for some time. But since you've ordered them, you may as well stick them in. Unless you're doing it for a customer. Sorry, Vince, I don't know if you're doing it for a customer, obviously. But if you're doing it for yourself, if it's a bedroom TV, I'd just stick the one in. Right, shall we test? What have I? Can I test? Have I got things plugged in? There's a chance we can test to see if now the backlights come on. Just from that little bit of tinning. Oh, it seems weird not playing any music. I keep getting copyright strikes. Oh, I've got to plug the backlights in here as well, haven't I? Hang on. Cool, glasses time again. That's being a bit awkward. Does that go over? No. Almost. I'm not convinced that's in. Oh, yes it is. Why have you changed it? No need to change the T-con. That's not going to affect the backlights, mate. It'll affect the picture, but it won't affect the backlights. The other problem with these, the backlight, the power board can cause an issue. Same to you. Now it's nipple down on this one. I don't know if I zoomed in and showed you, but it's this one is weird, which is why it was difficult going in. This one's nipple down. Yeah, obviously here's your LED circuit, driver circuit here, and there are chips on the back that can go a bit leaky. We've had a couple of sets in when the backlights will go off. Normally they'll go off after 10 minutes, and you always suspect it's the backlights. But if you've got backlights that are going off after 10 minutes, it could be this. It could be the power board. Caught us out once. Replaced a whole set and the blooming thing went off again after 10 minutes, so watch out for that. Anyway, I don't know if this set is stuck in standby, so I will have to... Oh, it's not coming on, so it still could have an issue. Let me just test. Oh yes, these, there we go, sorry. These take ages to... Have you noticed that with yours, Vince? You switch it on, and the TV takes ages to come on. Well, you know, normally you expect the backlights to be up within 5 seconds. As you've just seen there, it can be 10 seconds. All right, quiz question. Are you ready? This is a Vestel Panasonic, so what remote should work it? And this question is open to me because I'm as confused as anybody else. Should it be any Panasonic remote? Is it a special Vestel Panasonic remote? Or just a Vestel remote? So which of those three should work this particular set? Because you know what Vestel are like. On some Panasonic sets, they'll let you run a Panasonic remote. On some Vestel Panasonic sets, it's got to be a special Vestel Panasonic remote, which won't work anything else. Or is it a Vestel remote? We'll find out in a second. Have I got the IR sensor connected? Or you don't think? Or you have? No. There's the IR sensor. Let's plug it in and see. Here we go. Is this nipple up or nipple down? Oh, that's broken, isn't it? That looks like it's broken. No. It's just Vestel. Okay. I'm going to switch the TV on. Am I switching the TV on? No. So this red light is flashing, which I don't know if you can see. Still not come on, look. There we go. Backlights are now on. So you can see the red light flashing, you can see the backlights are on. Let me get a Panasonic remote. Do. I could do with finding a Panasonic Vestel remote as well, but hey, I'm just being too damn fussy now. Cucumber Man says Vestel Panasonic usually. Yeah, I would have thought that this would have been a Vestel Panasonic one alongside you. But the remote they gave me with this, well, let's try. This is, bing, bing, bing. This is a Panasonic one. This is the one they gave me with the TV. That doesn't look like a Vestel Panasonic remote. But anyway, are you ready? Let's point it at the IR sensor. 3, 2, 1. I'll just test if this... Oh, yeah, it's gone off. So, it's a Panasonic remote, not a Panasonic Vestel. This is a pure Panasonic remote. I've got a Panasonic plasma in front of me, as you can probably see. And I can switch this off with this TV. So this is not a Panasonic Vestel one. So yeah, on this particular occasion, this is purely a Panasonic remote. I'm just going to see if I can reduce. Can you reduce? So that I'm going to switch a picture off here, that one. I'm just going to see. Oh, I may have that a bit high. I'm just going to reduce the picture quality on that and see what happens, see if it... Oh, blimey, that's zoomed in, isn't it? Yeah. Excuse me. COVID. I'm going to go very high quality now and let's see what happens. No, it just seems like it's zoomed in tonight, but it obviously hasn't. I mean, I can reduce that. Well, that's actually helping a bit, isn't it? No. Anyway, not that it matters. Sorry, I'm just catching up with some of your messages. Ah, I see. Yeah. What I'm noticing, and I will pass this information over just in case it helps, I would say 7 times out of 10 the problem is the connection issue, the one I've done tonight. That sorts the backlights out. I would also say occasionally it's the power supply and occasionally it's the backlights themselves. That's going to change in the future, obviously. I would imagine another year, 18 months down the line, I'm just going to bend the IRR sensor on there from an IRR sensor. Oh, that came on quicker from standby. It's maybe when you first plug it in, it takes ages to come on. But all backlights seem to be present and correct. This particular TV is also waiting for a new screen, which apparently has arrived, just not here. It's arrived somewhere else. I thought I'd make a start on it. I never bother doing that, Cucumber Man. I mean, if the customer wanted it, but I tend to give a 2-year warranty with these when I put a new set in. But I don't mess around with the firmware or anything else. I know people do, but I just get the TV repaired, give the warranty, and walk away. I've got a hole missing somewhere. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, yeah, there. Well, it's a shame. I'm saying this from memory rather than trying to be cantankerous and awkward. But from memory, I thought the picture quality on these was blammin' awful. Ooh. But I may be getting it confused with something else. There was a horrible Vestel Panasonic set that was built probably just before this, 4K again, and have I turned the set round from when I had it? I don't remember turning the set round. I never turn the set round. Sorry, yes, there was a horrible 4K set I'm trying to remember. Oh, CX range. Terrible backlights, but the picture quality on it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I remember the picture quality is just not being great. As I say, I can't test it on this because the screen is not here. Something's not right on this. I'm going to have to look back on this video and see if I turn the there we go. I don't remember turning the screen around, but maybe I did. Oh, maybe I did when I put the IR sensor in. It's awful, they look washed out. Yeah, my memory of this particular set, two things that stuck out with this particular set is I'm just going to make that other picture bigger now, guys, because otherwise you've got a horrible... There we go. Bing. And that's the wrong way around too. I really don't remember turning the TV around. But then again, I can't remember what I had for breakfast either. I'm sorry, I was going to say there were two things. Oh, and when you switch the TV on, how long it takes for the blooming things to kick in. Ages. Ages. Which we'll try now. Are you ready? I've switched it on, so it's been on about 2 or 3 seconds. Still no backlights. Still no backlights. Still no backlights. It's trying to come on. There we go, and backlights. That's it just takes too darn long. And the infrared is still flashing, so I can't turn it off. Now I can. Yeah. Seems a bit rubbish to me, that. Bit rubbish. Yes, I turned the set the other way around. Why did I turn the set the other way around? Yes, I'm going to put it all back together again, even though I'm not putting the screen in now, quite simply because things just have a tendency to go overnight. You know, when the borrowers come in, So if I were to come in tomorrow and put a screen in this, I don't think I'll be doing this tomorrow. I think the screen will be... Actually, this will go up to the... I shall take this up to the main workshop tomorrow to do this. And then I shall bring 2 Samsungs down. And tomorrow we will, with the help of everybody, community, we will try and get a working TV from 2. They're not identical, but from the same series. I think they're from the F. And we all know what the F stands for, don't we? Vince, you're probably right about the picture quality. Only tune channels in and then notice... Oh, right, I see. The HD quality on Vestels has always been very good. And as I say, the CX build quality was terrible, but the 4K picture quality on those was good. These I think these are GX, aren't they? Or GFs? Or FGs? Hang on a minute, I can't remember. Oh, FX. This is an FX 550. These, not so. But, you know, not wanting to disparage the customer. But they're also not the most expensive of sets, were they? This being a 43-inch, that one goes there. 4K. I bet you this was less than £250. I reckon it was less than 250. Doesn't seem right somehow. Both the same. Which was very cheap if you think about it. Picking up this set for 250 quid when it first came out for a 4K set, compared to the equivalent LG and the equivalent that's what I want. The equivalent Samsung. This would have been classed as very, very cheap. Oh, Vestel and your tape. Your beautiful tape. I really should put my glasses on when I'm doing this. Two at the top, two at the top. Bet you it's got the same screen, Vince. Might be something slightly different in the firmware on the main board. But I bet you it's got the same screen. Did you check? This is the VES 430. I've got no idea if you can see that. It would help if I turn it the right way, I suppose. VES 430 QNYL 2D number 1. I bet it's the same panel. I think it's the same panel in both of them. But I think the power board's different in yours. And maybe the main board. Maybe. Maybe. I have noticed since we've been doing the live streams that quite a few more people are joining us, signing up to the channel. You're always welcome for those people that have got an interest in TVs or are interested in repairing them anyway. I'll open that up again quite simply because it's a brighter picture for some reason. I wonder if these other lights are causing an offset. This set is from 2018, Vince, so hang on a minute, when was it? November 2018. And yeah, I am going to put all the screws in just so as I say, just so the borrowers don't come overnight. You're right, chum, the standoffs are absolutely awful in those. They are bad. Yes, that's the one, the CX range. You're absolute. Was it CX? Yeah, CX. They that power supply got so hot. It was always, whenever there was a backlight failure on the CX range, on the 48-inch in particular, and it could have been the same on the 40s, I suppose, but there was a different power supply in that. It got so hot whenever the backlights went, or whenever one of those models came in for repair. We always knew exactly which backlight was going to be out, or which strip had to be replaced if the customer didn't want to replace them all. Naughty me, didn't check. That's not going down very well. Anybody spot the deliberate mistake? Got to take the screws out now. Supposed to have said CX, not Cox. I understood where you were coming from, mate. Don't worry. You should see my typing. No, that wasn't a deliberate mistake, but is that what you're saying? Screws under the TV? Oh, yeah, there's a couple there. I'm not really bothered about that, mate, because when the screen comes, it comes with diffusers, but doesn't come with backlights. But that's not my deliberate mistake, no. My deliberate mistake is, even though I've got no reason to I haven't plugged the mains back in. Need the mains back in. The black trim was missing originally. But I have stuck. I did stick that in. Oh, if I'd have seen that before, Vince, I would have checked what this one definitely is, because I haven't had a good look. But I'm screwing it all up now. It's very hot in here. I've got the heating on, because we're going down to freezing tonight. Cornwall doesn't usually freeze, but apparently we're going to freeze tonight. Very quiet in the chat tonight, isn't it? But I do appreciate those that have joined in. It's a very limited interest, this TV repair, I understand that. But my take on it is, excuse me while my fat head gets in the way, that I've got to be in here doing it anyway. And I always film what we do just in case I make a mistake. Or if a customer says, you did this, when we didn't do that. Very rarely it happens, but you just cover yourself, so I always get things filmed. I got offered a 55-inch LG today. Blue backlights, funnily enough. 55-inch on one of the newer ones too. I can't remember what they wanted for it. I think they wanted 70 quid for it. No, they wanted £100 for it and got it down to £70, but I still think £70 is too much, don't you? Or am I being tight-fisted? 55-inch LG, 2 years old, maybe 3. So it'll have all the apps, including Disney Plus and... what's the other one? Is it a BBC thing that not many people have? Can't remember what it's called. Oh, the box. Tick box something. Can't remember what it's called. Okay, I've got one screw in the middle. In the middle, man. Just going to test it with that remote again. How long do we wait for it to come on? It's just gone to standby. I can't remember if I plugged the backlights back in. I probably didn't. Or did I take them out? Whew. The one thing I will say about this screen, and I know it's hard to replicate through a camera, but this is what we call a very well lit screen, evenly lit. You get a lot of TVs where it's quite patchy in the corner. Just a shame the picture's so rubbish. Anyway, I'll put the screen in that probably tomorrow afternoon. Probably. Got a set of disco lights. Disco's here and disco's there. One of these four is not behaving like it should. They all make lots of noise, silly noises when you first power them up. Ooh. That's what they're supposed to. So the first one's woken up. Second, third and fourth is still waiting to wake up. They are sound activated, so you'll tend to notice they spin around when I speak. Okay, maybe we've only got one working then. I thought all four actually worked, but I thought this one, which I'm calling number 3, there we go. I'm tapping them because they're sound activated. The faulty one seems to be this one. I'll just move that out the way a bit. Seems to be this one that doesn't come up. Ugh. I can move it up manually. But it just bows down. Oh no, it's come back up now. So that's not the faulty one. The faulty one seems to be this one, which is not bowing up or down. I'll do it manually and just see if it changes its mind. That just wants to stick. That's quite tight compared to the rest. Sorry about the flashing lights. Okay. CB radio was never one of my things. I never got into that. CB radio still being used. A trucker still using it. I would have thought the advancement in telecommunications would have meant that they don't have to. Yeah, it's not all TVs, it's We are the only people repairing these lights. Nobody else touches them. But I bought up all the spare LEDs for when cam. Now that is very loose now. I think it's just these blooming wires. That's better, he says, lying. That's nice and smooth now. Look, that's... I'll plug it back in and see if that's... I can't believe it was just the side stems holding it on. After I've sorted this, I'm just going to go looking at the set. What was that? Oh, was it one of the lights? Oh, I suppose it was. Yeah, sorry. It's the... I wondered what that was. But of course it is one of the lights. At the moment they're all on a sound setting. That's on SD99. SD stands for sound. So if I take them off, come on. If I switch the ones off that I want off, so I only want this one on. Just wait for this one to kick in. Again, let me switch this one off. Damn. D-LED off. This one now seems to be behaving itself. I cannot believe that's all it was. But it looks like that's all it was. Still loose. That's exactly what I did. And you're right, it was the wires. Well, I think it was the wires that were in the way, because it seems to be okay now. Interesting to see what happens once they've been unplugged. Do they stay the same setting that I left them at, or do they go to something else? Let's switch some lights off and go into disco mood. I can see why you're not very happy. I'll do that in a second. No, they've gone back to being sound activated, haven't they? Okay, so... Oh, still waiting for one. Still waiting for two. Waiting for that one to kick in. Has it just kicked in? No. They work sound activated because there's a microphone built in. I've got no idea where the microphone is. Oh, there we go. That's that one up and running. We're waiting for number 4. Right. Do a bit of drumming. You can't actually see what they're doing while I'm drumming, can you? Obviously the music needs to be a lot louder than this. Yeah, I'm not... We've got that one working now, but I'm not convinced about this one, which was the earlier one. That's not moving, is it? No, okay. No. So it looked like 2 and 3 had a fault. I'm just going to put these screws back in before I do anything else. They're called moving heads. These are about 8 years old. They're made by Cam. This is the Cam KMH4. And this is not the usual problem with these. The usual problem with these is... Hello, what's happened there? Still loose. Is wires breaking, as you can imagine, going to each LED to represent each colour. So there's about 10 wires. And don't forget... Yeah, that's nice and loose. That's nice and loose. Ooh, that's weird. That's spongy. Spongy. That's nice and loose. As you can imagine, after a few years of twisting and turning, the wires inside break and you lose certain colours. Now, when you've just got it, as I've got it set on here, you can't tell. They look okay. But if you put this through a DMX desk, and let's say you wanted them all red or all green, you wouldn't then notice. You'd probably suddenly realise that you've only got 2 out of the 4 with the green. Let's have a look at this one. I possibly only need to take the sides off. What's that? I think they've caught a virus from your mad PC. My PC is probably about the only thing that works properly in this workshop. Okay, that wasn't the wire side. So I bet when I take this off, I bet you it all frees up. Becomes loose as a goose. Oh God, there's not much room to play. That is really tight. Why is that tight? Yeah. That is so tight. See how tight this lead is. Is it tight coming from here? Okay, I'll have a look at which side. Try this one. Well, it's not that that's making them tight. It's in the bottom somewhere. Wow, do you know what I think's happened? Yeah, there's a break there. Look at the wires in that. They've all of them, just got... Wow. They're not supposed to be like that. That's incredible. Yeah, I've taken these apart several times. Not this one, but these particular ones. You can tell this one's never been taken apart because of the clip. I mean, this is just so tight. That's the wire that goes into the LEDs, and I'm going to struggle to get that out, but I'm going to. There we go. And now I've got to get the one with the motor out and hopefully take this side off. I can see a couple of cables that are broken inside as well, so I'm going to free them up, solder some cables back. Whether I get it done tonight or not is another matter. It's getting late. Well, it's not getting late, but I've had a full-on day today. I've had a labour-intensive day, shall we say. It's almost like I've done a proper day's work. Boop, boop, boom. I think the fan just has to come off and I can get to it, I think. Yeah, sorry, cucumber. Yes, there is. I'll show it you in a sec. Oh, that's a good point. Ah, the position sensor, where are you? That one is there. Yeah, look. There's the position sensor on the working one. And the position sensor on this one has gone. Has it gone on any of the others? No, it's there. So I may be looking in the wrong direction. Hang on a minute. No, I was looking in the wrong direction, but it's there on that one. It's there on that one. But this one, it's not a positioning sensor. What it is, it's just a screw with a plastic grip. And when it hits it in a certain part, then it knows to spin it back. But this has just been spinning and spinning and spinning. You can probably see a cracked wire there as well, look. Probably you can, probably you can't. I think it's a blue one. Yeah, there. They've been spinning and spinning and spinning. So maybe if I get a screw tomorrow and put it back in there, I may get a chance tonight, but I think this is going to be a bit longer than I want it to be. It's so tight, I don't think I can get this plug out. Come on. Yeah, that's not it, is it? That's the socket, not the plug. Here we go. Wow. Now hopefully I can feed those back through, but I don't know. Poor thing's choked itself up on its cable. Amazing, it still works. They're not pulling through. Oh, of course they're not pulling through. Gonna have to solder these off. Ding, 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 ding. They've all got to come off. I shall just dismantle this tonight and it'll be a morning job tomorrow. There we go. Let them breathe. Amazing really that it's just one. One wire that's snapped. Sorry guys, this is not going to be very exciting, but I'm going to have to take the whole front panel off. Which is a load of screws. Hello! Hello mate, welcome along, how are you? North Yorkshire. I've been there, been all over Yorkshire. Got a funny feeling you don't pronounce your name Reese. It looks like Reese, but you don't pronounce your name Reese. Welcome along, young man. We've done a TV. I'm going to call you Reese until you tell me off. We've actually repaired a TV tonight. I'm just dismantling these disco lights. For an old Samsung, that'll be a plasma then. Ooh, ooh. If you look how nice, well, I wouldn't say nice and neat, but if you look how nice and neat those cables are there, compared to this is going to be very labor intensive. In fact, this is, ooh, wow. I'm going to have to cut some of those cable ties now. Yeah, I definitely won't be finishing this one tonight. This is probably Scarborough. Good man. Hey, there's nobody anywhere doing TVs these days. That's why I'm lucky if I get a dozen people when we go live. Nobody's interested in TVs, but good that you're doing it. I did do it correctly. Okay, just something. It's just a set of disco lights. It's a moving head, and one's not moving as well as it should have done, and it's because there's a little blocker on this, which is, well, there isn't a blocker on this. There's a blocker on all of those, but the block has been missing. So this has just been spinning around and around and around. And the wires have got completely chewed up, and I mean completely chewed up. So I've got to unplug these from that little circuit board there, pull them out. including the black ones at the back. My only problem is there are two, one I've already pulled out, that look the same size. So I'm just going to mark one with a felt tip pen and mark the plug where it came from. There. If I mark it green, then I know what this came from. No, I'm quite stubborn. I stick to TVs, even though this is a disco light you see me working on, but we are the only people that work on these. It's only because we've got all the spares. And this is turning out to be a bigger job than any of us wanted it to be. But I think I can safely say I've got all the wires off. Oh, what did I say? Have I got all the wires that are going up through that head? I think I have. But sorry, you probably can see and you probably can't see at the same time, but it is a mess. But I'm getting to grips. Look at that. Wow. It really is one big spaghetti playhouse. This now actually seems to be the side that has caused the problem. And I think they've got tangled up so much. Yes, I'm going to have to cut that. Cut these off. Hang on, Reese, I'll be with you in a minute. Sorry, you're probably not getting the chance to see much. I will shrink that down a bit. So you can probably see what I'm doing. I'll move the chat just to up there for a minute. Yeah, my dad mended all the TVs as well, mate, he did. I think we come from similar backgrounds. Even though my dad would have never known I got into this. This was my secondary job. Not now it isn't, it's my main job, but... I hope you've got a better pair of cutters than I have. I'm limited on tools here because, as most people know, this is not the main workshop, but that's no excuse for having a rusty pair of cutters. One more cable tie. Sorry, two more cable ties. Oh no, that's probably it. Oh, look at that, people. Look at that. All freed up. Wow. Well, freed up this side. Well, no, not freed up yet. There's... You can see the problem I'm going to have. There's going to be a lot of turning things around here. Oh, that's good. That's not from there. Is that from here? So that has to come out. One more plug to come out. Oh, we're almost free. We're almost free and dandy. Ooh. ZX, what's that? The professional moving heads, shall we say, the ones that would have cost a little bit more money than this, do have the proper sensor contacts rather than just a stud stop and shunt system. The sensor is built into the circuit board. If you stop the moving head with your hand, it automatically goes in the other direction. So when it gets to that little stud, it would automatically go in the other direction. But of course the stud's been missing on this one. Do you know what? I think I've been twisting them around the wrong way. Ooh, this is nasty. There we go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is killing my neck tonight. But I'll get this untangled before I go. Or I'll try and get this untangled before I go. It's you that's causing the issue. Gotcha. Right. Well, I found the faulty wire anyway, chaps. There it is. You would think blue would be for the blue LED, but it's not. Blue is actually for the green LED. I know. The big question is, how much damage has been done? If I can straighten this out from here, I can pull more through. Oh, I can see more bare wires, I think. There we go. This is one of those labour of love jobs. Right. Just got to keep untwisting and untwisting and untwisting and finding out. There's the other piece of that blue wire. I suppose I've just got to keep untangling, turning this around. I can't turn the other bit around because it doesn't go around. need to give myself a bit more space, I think. And I think I was turning it the wrong way originally. Twit. I mean, it would be ideal if all those plugs in there just pulled up through there, but they won't. They don't fit through. These are fitted afterwards. I mean, I could take this bracket off here, but it's still, I don't think, even with a bracket off. No, it's not big enough to come through. They're big enough to go through. Pull that one through. This is a big, horrible, ugly job, guys. It's not going to get what did I do before? Sorry, I've got my glasses on. What did I do before tellies? I was a radio DJ for 30 years. Worked on local and regional radio. I still do a bit, but not much. I've got to that age in life now. Really should cut these and probably start again, but let's have a look at dismantling that. Is it possible to dismantle that? Can everything come through? No, there's no way that that's going to go through there. There's no way that that's going to go through there. So it's going to be a case of taking this off and doing it that way. Yeah, sorry chaps, this is going to be tiresome, labour intensive, so I'm going to get to a stage where I've got this completely dismantled. Like that. I wonder if that goes through. I don't think that will go through. I definitely don't think that will go through. Ooh. Then again, I've been wrong before, which is not like me. Oh no, that's sensor. Let me just... Hey. Apart from the fan, of course. Obviously all this horrible black stuff is going to come off. And there's one more. You're right. This is a very labour-intensive job. If If I can get the fan from the other end, what I'm going to have to do is really... Which one is the fan, man? Red and black, red and black, red and black. That's red and black. That could be the fan. This is going to be one of those jobs that ain't going to get done tonight. But if I can take the fan cables out first, there's room for everything else. Yay. Okay. So put all those bits there. We're almost getting there, chaps. Almost. Almost. Ding, diddling, ding, ding, ding. Not all jobs are fun. Haha. Anyway, that's what we want. That's the stage I wanted to be at an hour ago. No, I've not been doing this for an hour, have I? Oh. Come on. There we go. There's the wire. Ooh. So I'll untangle it tonight, and well, that's basically untangled, isn't it? Kind of. Get everything in its correct order. A green hue on my hands, yeah. Well, they're almost completely separated. Almost. I understand now why no other people want to touch these for repair. That's the worst bit. Oh, there's going to be a break just there. That's just about to break. Untangled. I'll try and filter this blue wire through. I'm not showing you much, guys. I'm trying to concentrate on Maybe I'd be better filtering this through here first. Got a feeling that this heat shrink may be just a little bit too big for this wire. So for education purposes, ooh. Sorry guys, my back's aching a bit. No, I'm not going to be putting this back together tonight. It's only a 1-volt wire for the LED. There was. Right. Bing. These lights are mine, by the way. I don't know if I said that earlier. This is not for a customer. It's from when I was a DJ. But I have got a use for them. But they're not going to get used. They'll never go back in. They're not going to be used in a disco or anything like that again. But they are going to be tested with a DMX system. In fact, I'll probably bring the DMX system in and program it all up. Programming DMXs, I don't know if anyone's ever done it before, for light shows is fantastic fun. Real good fun. You know, even on silly little moving heads like these. Right. I'm going to start. Hello, I've got a friend. Hello. Hello. I can't see you. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't come over here. You know where you're going to go. I know. I know you hate it, but it's back into your bed. Right, so that's I'm untangled for the night then, guys. I'm going to come back tomorrow, plug everything back in, and ooh, that's the green. That's what two that I was looking for. Give it a go. Sorry, I got so caught up in all of that excitement that I missed out on all of the chat. So yeah, sorry this was a bit non-TV like tonight. 2 Samsungs tomorrow, 2 Samsungs to build into one. How exciting is that going to be? I know. I've got no idea what the time is. Ask a policeman, I'll check your phone. My phone says... Actually, I thought it was later than that. I thought it was later. But it's been a long day for me. I thought I'd got most of tomorrow afternoon off, but now I'm going to have to come back and sort this out. So thanks, chums. I'm going to call it a day here while I've got those untangled. And I'll put it back together tomorrow. I shall record a video putting it back together, but I'm not going to put it up because it's just terribly, terribly boring. So have yourself a good night, peeps. Thanks for popping by, and no doubt I will. Well, I'll hopefully get a chance to see you tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow. It is Friday tomorrow. No, hang on a minute. I want to think. Yeah, it is Friday tomorrow. I shall. That reminds me. Yes, I'm going to have to go and grab the 2 Samsungs. Yes, which I will do for tomorrow. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to do millions of things at once, which is not something I'm very good at doing. So thanks, chaps. Be good. Have yourself a good night. I'll finish this off tomorrow afternoon, and we'll do the Samsungs tomorrow.